All right. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate on a Wednesday morning, February 15th. Hopefully, you all survived Valentine's Day. Excited to have you all here. I've got some fun things that I want to share, including how I got a free client yesterday, and actually potentially two, and how I recently got and sold already a listing from a free source as well, something that I didn't even think to share here at any point. Wherever you are joining us, please do us a huge favor and like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, whether you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you're on Apple Podcasts, you're on Spotify, wherever you may be listening or watching, please do us that huge favor and share with others in the community. And you subscribe to the Wake Up Real Estate YouTube channel at wakeupre.com/YouTube. Real estate marketing fairies will sprinkle magic lead generating pixie dust on your eyes while you sleep tonight. So anyway, check that out. Create your free account at wakeupre.com and be sure to share your daily scoreboard in the group there in the pinned post, so you can enter to qualify for or to win $20 in free mailing credits with Thanks.io. And also, just for registering, just for creating a free account, you'll get a gift card for some coffee, among many other very cool things as well.
We've got a lot more coming to the platform for the coming weeks, months, and years, but a lot more content in the next week or two. We'll be
right on.
there.
Right on.
We had a question, Josh, about the actual ad examples, the Google and Facebook ad examples that I've been posting.
Okay.
And the comment was just, you don't show how you created those. So we'll be doing those tutorials soon for the person who asked.
And the idea of the show here is just to share what's going on right now and what we're doing, right? But to get into the nitty gritty, that's why we've created that, or one of the reasons why we created that community, so we can get more into the nitty gritty, do deeper dive sessions, etc. But that's not why we, are doing this. This is kind of like a daily follow along with two knuckleheads as they build their real estate and mortgage practices together and collaboratively. So what do we got on the agenda for today? I've got some great stuff. I'm sure you do it as well.
Yep.
What's first up for everybody? Let's take a look at mortgage rates, maybe.
Yeah, we'll just take a look at the calculator.
Yeah.
So they're right there in the low sixes, just so you're informed. They are inching up a little bit. Inflation came in hot yesterday, so eggs are going to keep going up, maybe. And cars.
Eggs.
And
eggs.
Rent.
Yeah.
All right.
Winifred said fantastic, but not to the mortgage calculator or the mortgage rates. I think that was to the deep dive sessions that we'll be adding as well. Here's the deal. There's still lots of opportunity, right? Up, down, sideways, whatever. It's a matter of finding where the opportunity is and matching it and creating transactions out of thin air, which I've got an example of that I'll share here in a minute or two. You know what? I'm just going to share something real quick because I just feel like everybody maybe needs a laugh. I posted this. I posted this on my timeline just a few minutes ago, and then I want to see what you have because I think you had something funny, or interesting there as well. But without question, one of the finer salesmen of all time, Tommy Callahan, VP of Sales at Callahan Auto Parts.
Oh, right. Yes.
I mean, just as ridiculous a movie that is, there actually is some good sales lesson in it. So if you haven't watched it in a while, go back and check it out. Tommy Boy, it'll make you smile, and you might even learn a thing or two that you can apply to sales.
Was that his LinkedIn profile you shared?
Yeah, it was like a fake LinkedIn profile. Somebody must have made it and screen capped it or whatever. So I just thought that was funny. All right, you teased this yesterday, and in fact, I didn't go and find it because I wanted to be surprised when you shared it this morning as well. And you teased a social media post around home values.
Yeah, there's not much to it. It's just if you haven't checked your home value in a while, head over to this link. It just links to my KV Core seller valuation tool, which, by the way, I hadn't looked at it in a while. They did update it in the last few months, and it does look a lot.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, we'll just show everybody. So you go to the next. It gives Adam data and it gives Zillow, which is funny. Adam is a real estate lead aggregator. This is actually a lot. This is almost spot on, actually, if I was going to list this for my house. And Zillow can be way off. And it asks, do you agree with these price estimates? Yes, no. So it's kind of cool. If you have access to this tool, use it. I will mention while we're on that topic that I'm going to be testing driving traffic directly to the embed, Josh, in KV Core. So for those of you that have it, KV Core has these website widgets and they have this seller valuation tool right here. I'm going to run an ad today, Josh, for the office, and I want to see what happens off a Facebook click going right here. That's
going just to that.
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
Well, you know what? On mobile, I bet that looks like super clean and simple.
Yeah,
it's probably just the top thing, and yeah, I mean, yeah, right, 100%, 100%, yeah.
So all the traffic's mobile. So back to the post. Basically, I just did a quick video screenshot of it, and when you see your estimated value, your eyeballs might pop out of your head. Just having a little fun. Again, this is Screencast-O-Matic, which we talk about, and I just overload like a crazy image of a guy popping it. It's just about, again, reminding people you're in the business, having a little fun. I'm not going to generate a bunch of seller leads from this, but who knows? Somebody might click and check their value and become it.
Well, here's what I can tell you. So my weekly email newsletter template and process every Friday morning. If you want that, by the way, create a free account, wakeupre.com, and in there, Mike, can we get that added in there somewhere? Probably under swipes or whatever. We've got a process that is working great. Which is a simple email newsletter that you can send every Friday morning to your entire database that is interesting, entertaining, valuable, but also has triggers in there to generate you opportunities with folks. And one of them is a call to action similar to what Ryan just shared. And almost every Friday, we get 1, 2, 3, sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8 people that will enter their address for updated information. And that gives you an opportunity to then follow back up with them. And you can even, and I would recommend you reference the fact that, for example, what Ryan shared when he pulled his up, the difference between those. And you can actually include that in your conversation. You could even send them a screenshot like, hey, what's wrong with this picture? Zillow, it looks like Zillow's way off here. If you'd like a pinpoint price analysis, I'd be happy to pop by, take a quick tour, and give you a more or most accurate evaluation. There are any number of ways you can pivot from that, but the point is use the information that they're seeing to continue a conversation or to initiate a conversation, because they probably are going to feel some kind of way about that information, good, bad, or whatever. And if you're referencing back to that, it creates a reference point that they already have and a jumping off point of a deeper conversation.
So your newsletter template goes out through your CRM, like you just mail it? Okay.
Yep. And it's designed in such a way that there are a bunch of different triggers, which fills up our dashboard with people that we then have the opportunity to follow up and follow through with the rest of the week, right? It's the catalyst that creates the activity feed, which is the prompts for us. Hey, here are people that are coming back and looking at homes, favoriting properties, requesting showings, asking for an updated home valuation. Those are people that you should and can follow up with simple scripts like the one that I mentioned yesterday, the simple call script that I mentioned on yesterday's session, which if you missed, go back and find it on whatever your favorite platform is, or just create a free account and you can check it out in the feed there as well. It's a very simple script. It's a service-based script, not a sales-based script, and it's been working wonderfully. In fact, yesterday alone, from that simple service-based script and the social post of the day that I shared yesterday, I picked up at least one new client and generated either 7 or 8 leads. I don't know, Mike maybe could check in for me, but 7 or 8 leads with the Central PA reduced hashtag, which was just from that social post. It was just from organic activity, and not like cheapo clients either. The one that that I have, well, but not like on the lower end of the price range, right? Like the one that we have that that has a property that she wants to look at, the listing price is $445, which in my market is, it's almost 1.5 times the average price. So anyway, go back and check that one out if you want to fill in the gaps there on what the post was and what the simple callback script is.
And you're going to get that newsletter. Is that the template, or you guys have a video about how to create it?
We have a template and the video walkthrough of the reasoning, like the logic behind it, and how to do it. And for those of you interested, we can actually build it out for you. Now, there's a little fee for that, but we can actually build out your template for you, and then each week you just update it, or you can have your assistant or VA update it every week. It's a very simple, formulaic process that you can just plug and play each and every week.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else from your side?
Well, let me just really quickly, because yesterday I did promise we'd update on the co-marketing funnel.
Yes.
Let me get that out of the way, and you can get to your stuff.
Perfect.
So if you remember, we had this partner page between Josh and I, which has been updated. So let's put this on the screen here, right? Is that how you do it? Yep. So all we did was, the change from yesterday is I just have Josh's one-on-one meeting link here and his application to start, and then I have my one-on-one chat here. And then the ad is live and running. We've gotten 4 leads so far. And I just wanted to share, as these leads come in, it's a price-reduced Facebook ad. They are now getting an automated text on the agent side, on my side. So they'll get an automated email and an automated text. So I'll share really quick the campaign, and then going into maybe next week, I'm going to be out for a few days. We'll do more of a deep dive on the actual ad side of things, the funnel. But the actual text that I wrote, maybe Josh, you can help me adjust this a little bit, but it is the price reduced campaign. I have a few campaigns in here.
You have a few. Well, I have.
And we're going to, by the way, Josh, we can start sharing these share codes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Share codes. So keep an eye on the members portal for that. But I just really quickly just wrote this quick email. Hi, first name, thanks for requesting the Pinellas price reduced property list. You can access it along with other lists and some info about creating financing options by clicking here. And then I did this PS. It might have been a little weak. If you're looking to buy in the area pretty soon, feel free to reply back and tell me a bit about your criteria, or just shoot me a text. So what's your feedback on that, Josh?
I would say, so because we're going to be co-marketing, we don't necessarily want to be using the same things over and over, right? So what I would say is maybe make it more of a statement than a question, right?
Okay.
P.S. Just curious, are you looking to buy something for yourself to live in, or are you, a real estate investor? Question mark. And then you could even say, either way, shoot me a text at this number anytime if you have questions, or, see a property that you'd like to get, more information or a private VIP tour of, or something along those lines. I don't know. You don't want it to be too wordy, but the point is, I think having those questions, questions like that. So the questions that we're finding that are working really well is that one, right? Or something along those lines, right? Like, are you looking for something for you and your family to live in, or are you looking for an investment property? Okay, same idea, just slightly different words. Are you the one that we're asking of what I would say like returning leads? So leads that have been in our database, but they just came back to search is, are you still thinking about buying a new home anytime soon? Question mark. Right. Yeah. So, asking that, questions that we also find that, either open-ended or closed, but you could ask, how many bedrooms are you looking for? 3 or 4? Are you looking for a single family or a townhome? Are you, have you thought about buying a new construction home?
Yeah.
Questions that, include the expectation of them to respond. And I like binary questions through text and email to initiate a conversation so that you can then ask open-ended questions. But if you're having a phone conversation, open-ended questions often work best. If you have some, if you have them live on the phone and you've got some rapport, because that gets them talking. And the more talking they do, the more they tell you, the less likely they are to want to tell their life story or their home story to someone else. And that means that you're going to have that opportunity.
So I followed up with a text 33 minutes later. It just says, "Hi, just doing a quick follow-up. Did you get the price reduced Pinellas list? Okay."
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just a re-engage. And then on your side, there'll be some other stuff happening that we haven't built out yet. So we're gonna. This will be a running story.
Well, but I'm going to start making those calls today. Yep.
Yeah. So,
and from our side, when Ryan says from our side, from the mortgage side, what we're doing for Ryan and for our other partners is we're following up with the intent to bring back a warm referral to Ryan. We're not trying to sell them a mortgage, right? We're not trying to do anything, we're not trying to push anything. It is a service-based call with the sole goal to bring back a warm referral to Ryan. And a warm referral is we've identified they're looking for an investment property or something to live in, and they're looking in this school district, they're looking in this price range, they're looking for a single family, not a townhome. So information that Ryan can then use to update the search alert or create a custom MLS alert for, and more strategically be trying to find opportunities for them, right? The financing of the mortgage, if we're in our follow-up, they bring it up, certainly we're open to a conversation, but we're not trying to get them to apply for a mortgage or whatever, because the reality is for I would say 90 to 95% of people that want to buy real estate, that side of it is a necessary evil, right? What they're excited about is the property, the house, right? So let's get them excited about that, and let's deliver on, showing them what's possible on that, and then, if or when the time comes where the necessity for financing arises, we'll be there for it, 100%. By the way, I popped these up on the screen, but I agree. I will never not watch Tommy Boy. I'm with you there 100%. And then Mike, fat guy in a little coat. That never gets old. At least, I don't know, in my eyes anyway. Okay. I'm gonna grab the screen.
I'm good on that. We're gonna have a lot more on this co-marketing funnel. And Josh, my hope is that we make a full course or something that just walks through the step-by-step that we're doing here, because it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yep. So a couple of things I want to share today. I'll just quickly do our motivation minute here. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Jack Canfield. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. It also reminds me of, I think it was Jamie Foxx on Tim Ferriss' show. For some reason, this idea of fear came up and specific to his kids. And Jamie would say when his kids were fearful, like what's on the other side of that fear? Like what's the, in other words, like what's the worst case scenario, right? What's the worst thing that could happen, right? Many of you are fearful of picking up the phone and making calls, or of even sending an email or sending a text. But like, what's the worst thing that could happen, right? Everything you want is on the other side of fear. It's another way of saying, just take action and figure it out along the way. Some quick other items I wanted to share. Number one, our mortgage minute. Trying to highlight some different programs and financing options that are available that you may not be aware of, or just maybe have some idea about, but just getting some more clarity. So here, this is just a screenshot from one of the lenders that we work with that came in yesterday. It is a jumbo loan or jumbo mortgage, and the highlights. Is
it wearing a little coat? The mortgage. Is it
a jumbo guy in a little coat?
Yeah.
Well, there's some things here that would fall in line with that, right? All things considered, you can do a jumbo loan with this program with only a little bit down, 10%, which I know on a jumbo loan is a lot of. It might be a lot of actual dollars, but percentage wise, the fact that you can buy a higher end property with as little as 10% down is pretty cool, and also is, for in many cases, is myth busting, right? Often people, the vast majority of home buyers, whether it is in the jumbo price range or not, there's still that belief that you got to have 20% down. I would say I have that conversation almost once a week where people are like, they have a misconception of how much money they need to have as a down payment to buy a home. So with this particular program, the Jumbo Max, as this lender calls it, you can credit score starting at 660, loans up to $3 million, 10% down LTV. You can use it as a cash out on a primary or second, and even a cash out on investment property. The DTI, the debt to income ratio, up to 45%. First time home buyers are okay. ARM option availables, adjustable rate mortgages available, primary, second investments, and there you can see the different types of properties that qualify. So, if you have a question about any of these programs that we've been sharing, or just in general about mortgage financing, or even some of the co-marketing stuff that we're doing, you can schedule a time for us to chat at josh15.com, josh15.com. Our mortgage team is live in 14 or 15 states, and we're adding more as well. And we'd be more than happy to explore, how we can partner together and co-market with you as well. So I've been teasing this for a while, and I wanted to share this. This is a screenshot, but I want to share the actual post. So this is a post that I made on my my business page. So this is the actual post, and then I shared this post into a couple of local groups. This one, for example, was a small business support group for my local township. I shared it also into a small business group, a central PA, so a little bit wider demographic, and a central PA real estate investor. And the what we're offering here or teasing here is, who do you know that needs business funding or a business line of credit, and then some basic information and potential uses, and to shoot me a PM or call or text me at this number. And here's what happened. So far, I got one reply, one person. Okay. She texted me on Friday. This is a person in my local market that owns 4 funeral homes, 13 investment properties, and her personal residence. We are finding the best solution for her for business funding. She needs some funding for one of her funeral homes. And if or when we're able to do that, there is loads of opportunity beyond that as well. And so I wanted to highlight that and illustrate that for a couple of different reasons. Number one, if you would like to explore how you can use something like that to generate another revenue or referral source by providing or business funding or a business line of credit or working capital, I'd be happy to chat. You can schedule a time at josh15.com. But it also is a reminder that one of the best, let's say, silos or pockets or niches of people that you should be networking with and building relationships with in your market are business owners and investors. Yeah. They're connected. There are numerous ways that you can help and serve them. And when you make them aware, for example, of financing options like what I shared in that post for their business or for working capital, et cetera, or make them aware of DSCR and other non-QM options, you're providing value and service to them and helping them grow their business, and thereby they'll helping you and becoming a client opportunity for you as well. That literally, all of that literally took me less than 10 minutes to make that post and share it into 3 groups. She texted me. I had a listing appointment that I was coming back from. I called her back, had a great conversation. We've explored a couple of options. We haven't found one that matched up perfectly yet, but we have lots of options and solutions on that side. And so, in fact, we've got a call, her and I and another funding option or funding solution. We have a call this afternoon for her. So there's no lack of opportunity. It's a matter of going and finding it in your market, and finding it in your market.
I mean, any chance to diversify your income streams within the overall real estate umbrella,
right,
makes a lot of sense. And we'll be,
it's not like the post was about selling candles or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it directly aligns with everything we're doing as real estate professionals.
Yeah. So we'll get more about that in Wake Up too. We got a lot to do, Josh.
I know. We're promising a lot here, which is all good. So I want to wrap up with a story that I promised at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tie this. I'm going to make it come full circle. So I recently got a listing, and it's now under contract from a call from my Google business listing, which is a free service that Google offers. And Mike, if you can add into the community our training around creating your Google business listing, optimizing your Google business listing, etc., that would be great for everyone. Just another reason why you should create your free membership at wakeupre.com. Anyway, I got a call. It was someone who is getting married. They both own a home, and they were selling his and he was moving in with her. It was a mobile home in a park. Okay, so not like it was under 100,000, let's say. But A, the lead cost me nothing. B, I've listed and now am under contract on the property with ever having seen it or with ever having met the guy in person. Okay, I had a phone call. He called me. I called him back. I sent him some information, including a personal video by email. He was ready to go. I had my photography company go and take pictures, place the lockbox, and put the sign up. So they took care of all of that for me.
Your photography company did all that?
Absolutely. You got to build your relationship.
Photography company.
Yeah, you got to build your relationship. And sometimes you just got to ask, hey, you're going over there anyway. Can you put the lockbox on the front door and put the sign out for me? Okay. They're going there anyway. And if you're giving them business, you can even throw them a little tip if it helps, right? It's going to save you, if you give them $10 in tip or $20 tip, it's going to be less than that in gas.
This is a local shop.
Local shop. Yep.
Yeah,
Next door photos. They're in a bunch of different markets. It's kind of like a franchise model. They're doing some great things in the world as well. And mine, in my market, it's Susquehanna Valley is like the local chapter or whatever. They're fantastic. Anyway, all of that happened, and I've not met the client. I've not met a single. I did it all from my office. Okay, and there's lessons in that, but that's not even the point. That was a transaction that happened from a free lead source. Yesterday, I got a call again from my Google business listing, condo in Hershey area, and he just wanted some information, my thoughts on value, etc. And this is someone that was calling several different people, right? A lot of times when those calls come in, because they're searching on Google, those are the ones that might be, calling more than one person, right? But here's what I did. I took his information. I got all the info. I sent him follow-up information. And in fact, I was talking with him right before going live today. I called him back to make sure that he got the PDFs that I sent and the video that I sent, etc. And he was like, yeah, we're not really ready to list yet. We're considering most options. I said, well, let me ask you, if I brought you an offer, would you consider selling it, right? Like if outside of listing it, if I brought you an offer. And this is a non-owner occupied home. They have a tenant in it. They live in like Allentown or somewhere around there. And he said, absolutely, yes. Well, I had a phone conversation from the call script that I used yesterday. I had a phone conversation on Friday with an investor who this property is perfect for. So as soon as we wrap up here, I'm going to call that investor and let them know about this possible rental. And my guess is we'll be presenting that person with an offer. All of that happening for free. And because I'm answering my phone, I'm following up, I'm following through. And I'm playing matchmaker and problem solver in my market, right? I don't have a signed buyer agency agreement with this investor.
Yeah.
I don't have a signed listing agreement with the absentee owner. Who cares, right? Find opportunities, play matchmaker, and figure out how to get paid for your service and the value you're providing.
I mean, you're just out there talking about real estate with as many people as possible. However, and you're using modern systems to attract them to you. It's
totally
not rocket science, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%. And Winifred said investor hints ? So I don't know what the context 100% is there. But what I do know is Winifred has shared a couple of times over the last few days how she's been picking up investors, and those investors have also been coming from, at least as far as we can tell, her Google business listing, because it's local folks calling her and asking about investing in real estate. So Winifred said, so flip the FSBO with an investor client. 100%. So if I were to list the property right? Unless I am the dual agent and I work the buyer and the seller, I'm going to get 2.5%, 3%. If I just bring a buyer, A, I'm not going to have to compete. And B, I'm going to be compensated just like if I had listed it anyway, and with a lot less time and hassle.
There's something else going on there too. If you start calling a few of your main investor guys or people you haven't talked to and say, hey, I've got an off-market deal for you, that just strengthens the relationship. They feel like you're out there working for them. So it's an opportunity
it demonstrates to them through your behaviors that you actually provide more value and service than everyone else in your market, right? Because one of the things, when I ask agents, what's your unique value proposition? Why should I work with you? Or better yet, think about it this way. If you had someone who was trying to decide whether to list their property with their brother or their aunt or their uncle or you, why would they choose you versus their relative? And if you don't have a good answer for that,
you don't have a business.
Real estate, it's going to be you don't have a business. What you have is a sales job, and it's going to be a constant roller coaster ride. And the wrong answers that we get often is, I've got 25 years of experience. I grew up in the area. I'm top 5% of my company or top 1% of my company, whatever. Like, none of that matters. What is the actual value that you provide over and above others in your marketplace, where it would become, that people would be making a foolish financial decision not to choose to work with you?
We should do a workshop on creating that statement. I've done webinars about choosing a niche, but taking it a step further, you choose the niche, but you should be able to do your elevator pitch, your USP, and that might be a cool thing for us to do in the coming weeks. Just, I work with new construction home buyers in Pinellas County, Florida, and I specialize in making sure they get the best deal possible from local builders, something like that.
100%. Mike, hopefully you can go back and take notes on all the promised trainings and content.
Poor Mike.
Then we'll just make a calendar of those items.
I'm starting to feel bad because I'll tell you, Mike's my brother-in-law, so he probably has had enough of me over the years, and now I'm jumping back in here. He's got to go back and listen to both of us talk.
It could not be further from the truth. Mike is extremely excited that we're getting the band back together. He's extremely excited. Okay, so okay. With that said, we're going to come in for a landing here. Value proposition, yes, please do. Okay, there's a lot of interest so we'll definitely do that. We'll add that as we're just trying to figure out a weekly routine and schedule. And what's going to happen is there'll probably be one day a week where we do a deeper dive on, for example, building out the investor niche, right? That we've talked about a couple of times. For example, creating your unique value proposition. For example, what was one of the other ones we mentioned? Oh, the co-marketing, right? Creating a co-marketing system and relationship, etc.
But for now, we're just going to jump around and have a lot of coffee.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. So bear with us as we do. As we do figure that out. I promise it'll be worth the ride. So first and foremost, do us a huge favor. If you're liking these shows, if you're getting value from these shows, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with others in our community.
Can you actually do us a favor and tag one other person at your office if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube? That would really help us out.
100%. And if they're not in your office, let's face it, we all have friends in the industry. There's someone in the industry that you could tag or share this with. 100%.
And don't forget about the real estate marketing fairies. They've got some magic pixie dust for you. That's just all you have to do is just go to YouTube, wakeupre.com/YouTube, and subscribe. We appreciate that too.
Right on. Someone said interested in creating a co-marketing system. I hate that in the groups it doesn't show who the user is, but whoever this is, shoot me a private message, or shoot me a text message or an email. I'd be happy to chat about that, and we'll make sure to include you on that. When we do that deeper dive. Tomorrow is Tech Tip Thursday. Okay, Tech Tip Thursday. I think I'm flying solo tomorrow. Ryan, is that right?
Yeah. Okay. Mike says he wants to be on camera.
Mike does.
Yeah. He told me.
Oh, great. Now you're really going to. He was excited before, but now you might have pushed the button. So we'll see. We'll see if we get Mike on camera. On Friday is Free Leads Friday, and I have a number of examples and success stories around a free lead source that we're going to be sharing here. We may have a special guest, and if not, I at least am hoping to have her permission to share some of her stories and what's working for her, etc. As well. In the meantime, if you're on Apple, if you've got an iPhone, please go subscribe to the show, even if you don't listen to it. Subscribe, rate, and review the show. That helps the show be shared with others in
Are we on Spotify yet?
real estate world. And we should be on Spotify. I haven't looked on there, but
it
we
usually
should be
is
on there as well.
It's usually a delay with Spotify when you launch a new podcast, but check us out there too if you can.
Yeah, check us out there as well. And keep the feedback coming, good, bad, or otherwise, right? Like we're big boys. We can handle the feedback, good, bad, or ugly. And I will be back tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat station. We may also be moving the time back a little bit earlier. We'll see. But either way,
I want to day trade the Open, and I'm trying to make Josh wake up earlier so I can.
Yeah, no, wake up earlier. I wake up at 5, brother. You're not getting me up any earlier. So stay tuned for that. We'll let everybody know that. And even if you can't join us or make it for the live sessions, they're immediately available on demand after we wrap up on your favorite channel or station. Winifred says no, because that's 6:30 a.m. hers. But Winifred, you can catch up on it. We'll see. And it may fluctuate, right? It may fluctuate. So, okay, thanks again for spending some time with us today. Post your social media post of the day. Follow up and follow through with opportunities as they come your way. Create your free account and dig into whatever you need help with. And if you need some additional help, please don't hesitate to ask. We are happy to help any way we can. Take care,
guys,
and make it a great Wednesday.